Okay, I believe we are now live on TikTok, on Twitch and YouTube. Give me a second to sort out the chat. Okay, pop out chat there. Good, that's the Twitch chat. Head over to YouTube. Live. Good, that's the... Okay, there we are. There's the YouTube chat. Get the announcement posted. And launch the TikTok stream. Minecraft. And there's the TikTok chat. We're fully live. Going to dive straight into the game and wait for people to join us. Okay, there we go, we're in. Okay, hello everybody, hi, how are you doing? Welcome back. We're going to be doing some Minecraft today. We'll give it a minute, obviously, for people to join us. But it is Minecraft Monday again. Very excited to be getting back into Minecraft. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm going to be playing more Astra, more Create Ad Astra today, as you'll see. But hello. Welcome back. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. I'm looking forward to this because this is my first proper stream. You know, yesterday's stream was a little bit of a short one just to ease back into it. But this is going to be the full 3 hours. We're going for a big stream today. I've got lots to be getting on with. So, very, very excited. Hi, Dagger. How are you doing? We'll just admire the sunrise for a moment before we actually start. Slaying out baddie. Thanks, Oscar. I wasn't sure if that said staying or slaying, because the chat's very small on my little monitor there. But thank you. I'm good, thanks. You? I'm very good, Dagger. Yeah, like I say, excited to be getting back into Minecraft. We have some big plans for today, which I'm going to get into in just a few moments. But we did get quite a lot done last time as well. Just to recap. If anyone missed it, in the last stream we built our new ore processing machine on the top floor. So if we head up there now. Here it is. This is the beast, as I've named it. Our huge ore processing machine. It works by crushing the ore and then washing it. So we got crushing wheels, we got washers. We got compressors to turn the nuggets into ingots, and then we've even got a little setup here to produce brass and steel. And if we head downstairs, which I'll do via the lift, not the maintenance ladder. If we head downstairs, we now have vaults for all of our different ingots. There's 640 iron. No copper at the minute. I think I've got all the copper that we have in my backpack. 125, yep. No zinc either. Oh, there's the zinc. What's this one for then? This one might be for gold. Oh no, this one's for gold. Copper, iron, gold, copper, zinc. Brass, we got 28 brass. And we got 38 steel as well. And we even have a little bit of lead too. Which isn't going to be much use to us at the moment. We don't really have anything to do with the lead right now. But if we want to do nuclear reactors at some point, which I would like to look into, when we do get round to doing nuclear power, we will need lead ingots for those. And we get these as a byproduct of, I think, iron production. So we might as well just let them pile up there. And we can use them for something later. But that's what we got built last time. There is one more thing I just quickly want to show you, which is that if we head downstairs to the bottom floor, you'll notice that I've turned off the biodiesel factory. It's not operational at the minute. The reason I've turned it off is because we now have 250 buckets of biodiesel. The tank is almost completely full. So what I've done is I've turned off the machine. We're not producing any biodiesel at the minute. When the tank starts to empty a bit more, we'll turn it back on again. But I just didn't see any point in having the machine running when the tank is already completely full, right? But that's what we did last week. Now to get into what we're doing this week. So I've got a couple of items on the checklist. A couple of which are related to create, but this week I really want to start moving on to one of the other major mods in this mod pack, that being Ad Astra. So if we have a quick look at the checklist, you can see we do still need to complete the mining drills. We've got to build a mining drill for gold, and we also need to put threshold switches on all the mining drills to monitor the fuel levels. Then we need to build a dark oak tree farm, which is going to be supplying the dark oak sleepers for our rail production facility. And then once we've done that, we're going to begin constructing the space center. We're 17 episodes in. I've loved the create stuff, but I'm really, really excited to start getting into Ad Astra. I think we need to start laying the groundwork for our space center and start thinking about getting to space. Hey Sol, I have a question. Why is your account called Ashbridge Industries? Thank you for the question, Ruben. Ashbridge is my surname, and Ashbridge Industries is just a name that I like to use for official purposes, like for example this TikTok. I don't know, I just like the name. It came about when I was at university. I used it for a few game prototypes that I worked on, and it just kind of stuck. So I've always used that name for like my online presence. But yeah, that's why. It's just because Ashbridge is my surname, really. So, Ad Astra. We are going to be getting on with Ad Astra today. And if I have a quick look here in the JEI menu, you can see we got 5 pages of items related to Ad Astra. And we also have the Ad Extendra mod, which has another 6 pages. That's an extension to the main Ad Astra mod. So, in total, there are 20 different planets to visit, including Earth. Obviously, we're already on Earth, so we don't need to worry about that. But if I search globe here, you can see all of the different celestial bodies we can visit. Most of them are planets and dwarf planets, although also we can go to the moon. And you can get a globe from every single one of these planets. These are not craftable. These are collectibles, so they're kind of like trophies. And obviously, we are going to try to visit every single planet and collect a globe from every single planet as a trophy. So, the very first thing we need to be doing is building a NASA workbench. This is like step 1 of Ad Astra. If you're not familiar with Ad Astra, it's basically a remake of Galacticraft, which you might remember if you played modded Minecraft back in the day. Ad Astra is just a remake of Galacticraft, so it's got all the same basic components that Galacticraft had, and the NASA workbench is a very, very important bit of kit. This is what we're going to be using to actually build the rockets. Requires quite a lot of steel, and if we look at a tier 1 rocket as well, these also require quite a lot of steel to build. In fact, pretty much everything from this mod is quite heavy on the steel, which is why I wanted to make sure that we automated the production of iron and coal before we started with the Ad Astra stuff, because those are the ingredients for steel. So, that's why we need to complete the mining drills, which we're going to do first. Then we're going to get on to the Ad Astra stuff, and I promise by the end of today's stream, we will have started work on our space center. That's the plan. So, mining drills. What we need to do is, we've currently got 4 mining drills. We need to build 1 more, and we also need to put threshold switches on all of them. So if we go to the iron mine here, this is our standard mining drill setup. This one is mining iron, and it's using our biodiesel that we're producing back at the base. We've also got a threshold switch here, which is measuring how much biodiesel is in this canister, and as soon as this canister gets emptied, it sends a signal back to base, which sets off an alarm to tell us that we need to refuel the biodiesel at the mining drill. Now, if we go to the copper mine, it's pretty much exactly the same, but it doesn't have one of those threshold switches. So we need to make sure that all of the mining drills have those switches, so that we always know if any of our drills are running out of fuel. And then same for the zinc mine. That still needs a threshold switch. And the coal mine, which we built in the last stream, is also going to require a threshold switch. And also this hasn't actually mined any coal yet. And finally, if we head back to Ashbridge Industries, back to base, we also need to build a mining drill for gold. Now, the gold vein is right here in the water, directly north of our base, which is not ideal. I was kind of hoping that we wouldn't have something so close to base, because we now have to build a mining drill right here on our doorstep. But what I was thinking was we could build a little underground chamber, you know, we could just hollow out a little room underneath the water here, and build a little room to put the mining drill in so that it's not above ground, because I just think it'd be a bit of an eyesore to have it here right next to the base. But either way, we do need to build a gold mining drill, and I looked around. I did try to find another gold deposit somewhere in the area. There just aren't any nearby, unfortunately. Oh, hi, by the way, Janice over on YouTube, and hi, Be The Quest over on Twitch as well. I am going to be checking YouTube and Twitch chat. Sorry if I don't see your comments straight away, but the YouTube and Twitch chat are on my 3rd monitor, so they're kind of in my peripheral vision. So if you do leave any comments on Twitch or YouTube, I might not see them straight away, but I will try and read them out. Be The Quest says, a nice drill setup. Thank you, Be The Quest. Okay, so, threshold switches. Let's get those done first. We're going to need 4 of those, because we've already got one for the iron drill. We need one for the other 4 mining drills. And these each require 1 electron tube, a redstone comparator, and a brass casing. That's not too expensive. I think the most expensive thing there is going to be the comparator, and I don't think we have any of those in storage. But we do have stone. So we'll need 12 of those total. Do we have electron tubes? We don't currently have electron tubes. Do we have rose quartz? We don't currently have rose quartz. Do I have any in my backpack? No, but I do have the ingredients to make some in my backpack. It's 8... Wait, is it 8 redstone and 1 quartz, yeah? There we go. Oh, wait, we need to save some quartz as well, for the threshold switch. For the redstone comparator, sorry. Oh, shit. We need 4. We need 4 quartz, and I've just used the last one. Okay. How else can we get quartz? Because I don't really want to go to the nether. We can get quartz from crushing diorite. Okay, we've got some diorite. No, we haven't. Yes, we have. I just spelled it wrong. Only 3 blocks, so it's risky, but we might be able to get... We only need 1 piece of quartz, so let's just see if we can get it. If not, it's still going to be safer to go mining for diorite than it is to go mining for nether quartz, so we'll do it that way. Take your time. Oh, I think it's done, isn't it? Okay. That gave us nothing. Okay. Let's go mine some more diorite then. We'll head to the usual mining spot. Hi again, Jacob. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You haven't missed much, don't worry. We've only just started. Well, we're 15 minutes in, but we've only just started the actual stuff that we're going to be doing today. The first 15 minutes was basically just me explaining what we've already done. Oh, one very small thing I want to point out, just because I know that if I don't, someone will probably notice it. I have turned the render distance down a little bit. I've turned it down from 32 chunks to 24, which should, you know, give us a few extra frames. It should make the game run a little bit smoother, and it's still high enough for you to get a pretty decent view of the surrounding area. You can see the volcano up there. You can see the hills on the far side there, although they're a little bit shrouded in fog. I think it looks good. So yeah, we've turned it down from 32 to 24. Hopefully it won't impact the immersion of the stream too much, and it will also give us a few extra frames. So I think it's a, you know, it's a worthwhile trade-off. The water shaders look nice. Thank you, Jacoby. The shader I'm using, by the way, is called Mellow. I've also got a couple of other shaders involved, which we're going to be using when we go to space. My original plan was that I wanted to pick a different shader for each planet, you know, to sort of capture the atmosphere of that planet as it would be in real life. I didn't end up getting like 20 different shaders, but I have picked out a couple of different ones that should give us a bit more interest. So when we do go to the moon, for example, we're going to switch to a different shader that I've specially picked because I think it'll suit that environment, you know. But that's for later. That's a story for another day. For now, we need diorite. There's plenty of granite about, but I'm not seeing much diorite. Oh, music disc. Give me it. I want it. Did he drop it? I don't think he dropped it. That's a shame. Oh, something just broke. What was it? My chest plate's broke. Oh, damn. I should probably invest in some diamond gear, by the way. We're still on iron at the minute. We haven't really... Well, we haven't really had that much use for diamonds yet, you know? So we haven't, like... We haven't really gone looking for diamonds in any great amount. We've got a couple, but mostly have been used for create recipes. Haven't really collected enough to start making diamond gear just yet, apart from the pickaxe, obviously. Isn't gold armor worse than iron, says Jacob? It is, yes. Gold, I believe gold is the weakest armor. Oh, shit. I didn't have time to get away there. Gold is the weakest in terms of its durability, but it does offer more protection, I believe. I don't know. I don't really wear gold armor, to be honest. The only time I ever wear gold armor is when I'm, you know, going to the nether so that I don't get attacked by piglins. I haven't played Minecraft in years, says Jacob. It's changed a lot. Yeah, it's changed a lot in the last few years, for sure. Oh, diamond there. Although, do bear in mind that I am playing quite heavily modded Minecraft as well, so there is a lot of stuff in here that's not in the vanilla game. Let's chuck all that in there. Oh, we got 4 blocks of raw gold. That's pretty good. I've also got 4 canisters full of biodiesel. Oh. But still no diorite. Can I make... Actually, wait. I can make diorite. If I can spell it. With quartz. Okay, so there's no point, because I need the diorite to get quartz. So we're just going to have to find some. It's as simple as that. We got to find some. What mod are you playing, says Rudy? This is a custom mod pack that I put together myself called Create Ad Astra. You can download it from the Minecraft channel in my Discord server, but it's mostly focused on the Create mods and Ad Astra, which is a remake of Galacticraft. There's quite a lot of other stuff as well. There's about 100 mods in the pack. Farmer's Delight, Incendium, Terralith, backpacks, gravestones, waystones, lots of other bits and pieces. Okay, that was 4 blocks. There are bits and pieces of it around, but I was hoping to find a nice big deposit of diorite. I don't think we're going to be so fortunate, though. So my only hope is that we get lucky with this, and that we get a bit of quartz from this if we grind it up. Jumping while hitting mobs gives crits, says Rudy. Yes, I'm aware, Rudy, yeah. I'm not great at combat in Minecraft, I have to admit. But then I don't really play the game for the combat, you know? Was that a cockroach? Sure, I just saw a cockroach. There's a fair bit of marble around as well. I should probably grab a little bit of that, because... Oh, we do need marble for texturing. For texturing the calcite. It mixes quite well with the calcite bricks that we've been using to build the base. There is a cockroach. I knew I saw one. Oh shit, a rock rumbler. No. Stay away. Don't like you. Oh, he's following me. Okay, let's go. Ah! Right, 5 blocks. It's not a lot, but it's a start. Head back and see if it's going to give us a piece of quartz. We literally just need 1 piece. For the redstone comparator. I shouldn't have turned them all into rose quartz, but I forgot that we needed a piece for the comparator. What happened to Euro Truck? Next Euro Truck stream is tomorrow, El. Yeah, I'm going to be playing some more modded Euro Truck tomorrow. Casually running over water, says Rudy. Yes, I've got the artifacts mod, and I found these aqua dashes in a dungeon, so I can cross water, but only while sprinting. If you stop sprinting, then you fall through. But pretty cool. I've also got Vampire Glove, which causes the wearer's melee attacks to absorb health. That's pretty cool. I've got the Golden Hook, which increases experience from mob drops, and I've got Night Vision Goggles, which give me a little bit of night vision. It's not quite as strong as a night vision potion, but pretty cool. Pretty handy. In fact, if I take them off right now... Oh no, those are the Engineer's Goggles. If I take them off right now, you can see the difference. It just gets rid of some of the dark patches in the centre of the room a little bit. We got a quartz. Good. That's all we needed. Oh. Alarm. Alarm going off. What's the problem? Low diesel at the iron mine. Okay, that seems to be working properly now, which is good. And I just so happen to have some fresh canisters of biodiesel. There we go. And there we go. Back to no alert. Good to know that that's working properly now. What's the aim of this game of Minecraft? My aim with this series, RF, is to visit every planet and dwarf planet in the in the Ad Astra and Ad Extendra mods. So I have... There's 19 different planets to visit. 5 are from Ad Astra, and I think the rest are from Ad Extendra. But that's my eventual aim, is to get to space and to visit every single planet in our solar system, as well as all the dwarf planets. And there's even a planet called Glacio, which is in a different solar system entirely. That's part of the Ad Astra mod as well. We'll need quite a high tier rocket to get there, but that is where we're eventually going to be going. Okay, let's whip up some comparators. I need to sort my backpack as well. This is getting atrocious again. We're one torch short. Of course we're one torch short. Why wouldn't we be? Okay. So this is going to give us our redstone comparators. Then we need 4 electron tubes and 4 brass casings. We only have 2 brass casings. Do we have any in storage? We don't. Do we have any stripped logs? We do. Okay, and that's that. What are you trying to be, says AGR Dasher? Well, right now I'm trying to be an astronaut, AGR Dasher. As I just mentioned, we're trying to get to outer space. But first we're going to make some rose quartz. Well, we've already made the rose quartz. Now we need to make it into electron tubes. This is another thing that we could probably benefit from automating, to be honest. There's still a few bits from Create that could be automated. Electron tubes, precision mechanisms, stuff like that. How are you? I'm good, thank you, Emily. How are you doing? Is this your favourite game, says Riley on Twitch? No, I wouldn't say Minecraft's my favourite game, Riley, but definitely a game that I enjoy and, you know, that I've played for many, many years. I do think Minecraft is probably it might well be the game that I've played more than any other, but I still wouldn't call it my favourite. I would that bad. After streaming, what would you like to try to pursue, says AGR Dasher. I'd like to be a game developer, AGR Dasher. I do have a degree in game design, and it was always my ambition after university to get into the game design industry. Not the easiest industry to get into at the minute, with the current climate, you know. Mass layoffs happening all over, big development studios laying off hundreds of workers. It's not a great time to get into game dev, unfortunately. But that's really where I want to be. And you know, whenever I'm not streaming, I'm always looking, and I am working on my my portfolio, you know, so that when the time comes, hopefully, I can break into that industry and do what I really want to be doing with my life. Riley on Twitch says, do you have a schedule or do you stream daily? I stream 3 times a week, Riley, but it's on different days each week. Unfortunately, on Twitch, you can't have a 2-week schedule, so I've got all of my streams listed as weekly, but they're not actually weekly. Normally, my schedule is 1 week I'll do Monday, Friday, Sunday, and then the next week I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Are you going to space in Minecraft? I am, yes. That is the plan. We need to make some redstone links right now, though. Transmitter, 1 lightning rod, 3 copper sheets, redstone dust, and we need 4 of those. No, we only need 2 of those, actually, because we get 2 at a time. So we need 6 copper sheets in total. I'm going to count. I'm listening. Is that moving slower than it was before? That feels like it's moving slower. How are you? I'm good, Harry, thanks. Oh shit, I accidentally did 7. Well, we might as well do 9 now then. I'm a digital artist and I work for streamers and gamers, 4 to 5 years on commission. I make logo, banner, character art, overlays, screen emotes, and panels. Would you like to see some of my portfolio? Can you give them on Discord? Sure, Riley. If you wanna chat with me on Discord, you are more than welcome to. You can find my server in the bio. In my about section on Twitch, you can find my Discord server, and obviously through that you can find my personal Discord account if you want to shoot me a message. By all means. Have I done this the wrong way around? What? Oh, it's redstone dust, not redstone torches. Okay. Well, that saved me crafting 2 torches then. That was a bit of a waste, but... thanks for following Jehovah's Thickness. How are you doing? What else did I need? Andesite casing. Sorry. It's I'm still trying to get used to managing 3 different chats at once, you know. It's only been a couple of weeks since I started streaming on Twitch as well. And don't get me wrong, the Twitch and YouTube chats are a lot quieter than the TikTok chat, but it's still crazy. I'm having to check 3 different chats all at once to see where people are messaging from. And obviously, if you do want to watch the stream over on YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch, by the way, whichever platform you're watching on, if you want to watch it on another platform, there are links in my bio and my About section and wherever else for you to find that. Okay, so we basically need to copy this, the threshold switch with a redstone link on it. We need to copy this at our other mining drills, and we want it to output a signal if there are 0 buckets left in the barrel. So let's go to the copper mine. Let's put one in here. We need some raw copper. Where is it? I had some. There it is. Threshold switch. Not there. Threshold switch there. Oh, wait. Hold on. Threshold switch there. There we go. That on there, and boop. And I think, because this is already empty, I think if we go back to base now, the alarm should go off. It's not going off. Okay, so the alarm should be going off right now, and it should say low diesel at the copper mine. It isn't doing that, so let's head over to the comm tower real quick and see what's going on there. It could be that we haven't put in a filter for the copper mining drill. Okay, those are all for the alarm. The mistake that I've made is I've put all the important stuff inside here. Okay, I think it's the next floor up. I should have built this with some access hatches in it so that we could easily get in if we needed to mess with any of the internal workings, but a bit late for that now, unless I rebuild the whole thing, which I might end up doing. Oh shit, I've just broken something. What did I break? Okay, it was a powered latch, right. Oh, come on. Yeah, I really should have, like I say, I really should have put some kind of maintenance door in here so that I could easily get in and out if I needed to do anything like this. Okay, that's that fixed. That's that fixed. This should be working now then. Right. Him, not her, says Bella. Thanks for the comment, Bella. I actually don't care in the slightest what gender you think I am. Doesn't bother me whatsoever, so if you want to keep calling me him, by all means go ahead. Just put a ladder on the exterior, says Wild Slothman. Unfortunately, Wild Slothman, this is made out of panels, so I can't actually put ladders on these. So I really would have to rebuild the entire tower to put maintenance access in there. But it might have to be done. I might have to do some rebuilding. Let me go and sleep real quick. I should invest in a sleeping bag so that I don't have to keep coming back to my bed every time I want to take a nap. In fact, I might have one. Don't have one in my backpack, but I might have one in storage. It'd make things a lot easier. I don't have one, but I do have wool, and it's just 3 blocks of wool. I don't have any wool in the right colour, though. I'm getting sidetracked. We won't bother with the sleeping bag just yet, but eventually it would be handy to have one. What mods are you using, says Wild Slothman? I've got about 100 mods, Wild Slothman. The main ones being Create and Add Astra. Okay, let me see if that's done anything. But there's... There's quite a few other mods in the pack as well. We got backpacks, we got Farmer's Delight, we got all sorts of other bits and pieces. If you want to see the full mod list, you can download it from the Minecraft channel in the Discord server. Oh, okay, the alarm's going off now. I see what's gone. I see what I've done wrong. I was supposed to... No, I was supposed to do... No, power on. There we go. Okay, so the alarm will only go off when the bucket's empty. I accidentally set it so that the alarm would go off when the bucket was full. There we go, that's working again now. Which should make it easier to do the same thing at the zinc mine. We need one of these. Well, we can just get all of these out. Okay, threshold switch. We want it. There we go. That's what we did wrong before. And then... Oh, we're not actually mining any zinc right now. We need to get a little piece to put in the redstone link there. Please accept my request on Discord, says Riley. I will do after the stream, Riley. I'm not going to check Discord in the middle of the stream, sorry. Any messages that I receive while I'm streaming, I will look at later. What's your real voice, says Cyprus British AV Geek. This is my real voice, unfortunately. Can't do much about it. Well, I could do voice training, but I don't have the patience for that. And I can't really be... I don't really want to do surgery, so... Looks like I'm stuck with it, and so are you if you choose to keep watching. Embarrassed to say he's British, says MS Fishing. I'm embarrassed to call myself British, MS Fishing. I think our country has done a tremendous amount of things that it should be ashamed of over the whole of human history, as long as the country's existed. If you're proud to be British, good on you. I don't think I've ever been proud to be British, so... Then leave, says Recovery Journey. Don't want to. Why would I leave? My family are here. I love my family. Just refill these canisters. And we'll take these upstairs so we can do some refining. I do need to keep a piece of gold out, though, for the gold mining drill, which we're going to get to in due course. And also we got some blocks of raw gold here. There we go. Not trying to be disrespectful in any way, it's just my opinion, it's your choice, I just don't agree. If you don't want to be disrespectful, MS Fishing, you could just not say anything at all. If you don't want to be disrespectful, then don't say anything disrespectful. It really is as simple as that. Okay, I'm going to drop these onto this conveyor belt here. They have just come straight back into my inventory. There we go. Why won't those go on? That's better. So all of those should be getting processed now, and actually, this is the first time we've seen the machine work properly. There we go, it's dispensing iron right now. And it should quite soon be dispensing other materials, if it doesn't get clogged up again. It looks like it might have gotten clogged up again. Let me investigate. When I built this in my testing world, it worked perfectly. I think the problem is here. It's not split in these stacks properly. And the only way to fix it is to clear all of this out. Again. Right, I think it might be easier if we leave these separated and then put some filters along here. So that is gold. Yep. There's copper. There's zinc. And there's lead. And anything that isn't any of those things will come out this side here. Which is where we'll get all our redstone, gunpowder, clay, and quartz. Oh, I forgot we got a bit of quartz here as well. I should have come up here and checked earlier. Never mind. What should happen now, then, is if I drop all of these out... Okay, I can see the ingots going by. There we go, it's all working properly now. Copper, gold, lead, no zinc. I did only put one piece of zinc in though, so there probably won't be too much coming out right now. But you can see it all going up here. And as it goes across the top of these chutes, it gets sorted into the respective chests. Who are you talking to? My viewers. Would you prefer me to just sit in silence for the entire live stream? Because I've watched live streamers who do that, and I don't see the appeal, personally. It's like radio, you know, the one thing that you don't want is dead air. You don't want radio silence. Okay, so we got 38, 28, 12... 52, 16. We got quite a surplus of iron, but that's to be expected. We've always got a surplus of iron. We'll take the lift, actually. Oh shit, the lift wasn't there. I probably should have called the lift first before trying to get into it. We just fell down a lift shaft. There we go. Now it's at the bottom, ready for next time. I didn't even think. Just dived straight down. Okay, we've got... oh, we need coal. We got coal. Right, so to the coal mine then. And again, exactly the same thing as before. We want to put down our threshold switch. And we want to put down a redstone link, if I can find them. There it is. And we want to put a piece of coal in there. Oh. There we go. And then head back to base. Okay, and the alarm will be ringing. Low diesel at coal mine. For some reason it keeps going back to no alert. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But it should stop ringing when we put down a fresh canister anyway. There we go. More fiddling with the alarm system then. It's always the alarm system. We've had so much trouble with the alarm system for the past 5 live streams or so. How come you have a map of Japan on your wall, says Louis. I like Japan. I speak Japanese. I did intend to work in Japan after university, but unfortunately that was in 2020, and as I'm sure you all know, certain things happened in 2020 which prevented that from going forwards. Once again, Riley, I will read your Discord messages after the live stream. I'm not going to interrupt the live stream to go and read messages on Discord right now. I have made this quite clear already. I don't answer messages mid-stream. I will read your message when I'm done. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to temporarily remove this wall here. And possibly replace it with a ladder, actually. Because we could hang a ladder... I'll break the top as well. I believe the andesite ladders can go over empty space. So if we grab a few of those, we could run that up the side. Cool, but Japan's a very racist country. Be careful, says Louis. I mean, the UK is a racist country. You know, I'm aware of the I'm aware of the perception of Japan as a deeply racist country. But have you seen what's happening in the UK like right now, literally today? I really don't think we have any place to be calling other countries racist at this present moment. Okay, andesite ladders. 34. Let's see how that does for us. Nope, don't do that. Oh, we can't. Ah, here's an idea instead. 1 second. There is a solid... No, wait. There's a solid wall here. Yeah, this is a solid wall all the way up. So we could run a ladder up this side and then put some holes periodically to like little trapdoors so that we can access the inner workings of the tower. There we go, and we can get up to the roof now, which is pretty cool. I think I just put the... Did I just put something in storage that I needed right now? Copycat half panel. That's a half a layer. Oh no, it's there. Right. So then we need to go back down again. We will put a cage at the top as well, just to match what we've done with the ladders on the other buildings. But one thing at a time. Let me take the checklist out of my inventory. We don't need it in there right now. What's this building for, says Danielle. This building is our monitoring system for our mining drills. So it's got a lot of redstone links and stuff like that inside. Basically, whenever one of our mining drills runs out of fuel, we get an alarm to let us know, and this is the building that makes all that possible. Okay. Oh shit, I missed a block. Up we go again. How long has this world taken you? This is episode 17. And each stream's 3 hours. So about 50 hours-ish. A little bit more than 50 hours at this point. Let's put a hole here. Okay, this is still not going to work because there's no way we can actually... We can't actually see inside without falling off the ladder, right? I don't think this is going to work. What I'm going to do, though, is we're going to leave that for now because we have more important things to do. We still need to set up the gold mining drill, so let's get that sorted. We'll come back to the alarm system. It's always the alarm system causing problems, and it's always, you know, something that I'm just going to have to push down the road to a later date. In the meantime, let's get to the iron mine. We need to use our copy-paste gadget, wherever it may be. Where is my copy-paste gadget? There. I'm blind. Copy. And there. 297 blocks. That's it. Head over to Ashbridge Industries. Oh, we need to make sure we got the items in our inventory. Where's the item list? Materials list. Okay. Andesite funnel, barrel, canister, clutch, coarse dirt. Right, let's start gathering this stuff. Hold on. I think we got everything we need. We literally don't even have an andesite funnel, so we're off to a fantastic start there, aren't we? Okay, what do we need for a funnel? Please tell me. Kelp. Do we have kelp? We don't have dried kelp, but we have wet kelp. Just dry that out. Okay, barrel, clutch, coarse dirt, cogwheel. Hi Riley, how are you doing? Coarse dirt, cogwheel, large cogwheel. Diesel engine, drilling machine, fluid pipes. Oh, the drilling machine. We got to build another drilling machine, haven't we? Okay, come back to that. I think we might have a diesel engine in our storage. No. No diesel engine. Okay. This is going to get expensive. Brass block, flint and steel, pistons, shaft, andesite, zinc. Okay, There's the zinc, there's the shafts, there's the andesite alloy. When do you play Farming Sim? Next Farming Sim stream is going to be on Friday, Riley. It's zinc nuggets, not zinc ingots. Okay, there we go. What else? A fluid tank, block of brass. We might as well get all the fluid pipes out as well, to be honest. Block of brass. Make one here. Polished blackstone slab. I think we might have in storage. No, but we can make some. Fluid tank and flint and steel. Remind me of the fluid tank again. Barrel. Barrel and copper sheets, of course. And a flint and steel. There we go, there's the diesel engine. Granite pillar times 36. Shouldn't be a problem. We've always got tons of granite. Probably because we live right above a huge deposit of it. Good afternoon, just to let you know I don't feel good. Can you call 999? And say what, Callum? One of my viewers, who could be anywhere in the world, needs help. Sorry, I don't think that would be much use. Okay, andesite funnels. Clutch, drilling machine, hopper, 4 lanterns, lever, pump. Don't have a hopper. We do have lanterns. Only 3 though. God, everything's so expensive in this mod pack. Okay, 4 lanterns. Which pronouns? She, her. Thanks for asking, Jevon. What next? Hopper, lever, 4 girders, and a mechanical pump. Oh, do we not have any more girders? Other way around. And there we go. And God, this is filling my inventory quite badly. What was next? Hopper. Rotation speed controller. Target. Water wheel. Stone bricks. We only have large water wheels. We could make a water wheel. Where am I? Where's... There we go. There's a water wheel. Hopper. Okay, clutch, drilling machine, rotation speed controller, target, stone bricks. Target is hay bales, right? I don't think we got enough, though. Oh, wait. No, hang on. We only need 1 hay bale, right? It's 1 hay bale with redstone on it, with redstone around it. There we go. Okay, that's that, then. Stone bricks. 57. We'll need to get a few more of those. We'll just do a stack of cobble. Why not? God, I desperately need to sort my inventory. Benita on YouTube says, hi, why do you sound like that? Male puberty. Testosterone. Simple as that. Clutch. How do we make a clutch? It's like one of the simplest things, and I never remember how to make it. Leave redstone, a shaft, and an andesite casing. At least they're cheap. One of you. There we go. I think that is everything but the mining drill. And the rotation speed controller. Okay, do we have one of those? Please tell me we got one of those, because they're so expensive to make. We don't. Do we have a precision mechanism? We do. Good. Do we have brass casing? No, we don't. Okay, there's the rotation speed controller. We're nearly there, everybody. Nearly there. There's the stone bricks. We need the mining drill, and we are also going to need a drill bit. Iron drill bit. 2 blocks of iron, and 5 iron ingots. There we go. Okay, that is everything but the mining drill itself. So I guess we'll... I'm not going to fit all that in my backpack, am I? Let's put it in a chest for now. Everything here is for the mining drill. Not that. There we go. That's all for the mining drill, and the stone bricks for the mining drill. Everything else I can sort out because my inventory is getting really badly cluttered right now.
Narrator narrates all.
No, I don't want the narrator on.
Narrator off.
Okay, that can go. Yep. I guess all of the copycat stuff can go, to be honest. Get rid of that. It's hard to know which stuff I might need, though, you know, at a moment's notice. I mean, probably not food, to be honest, because I've got the infinite beef now, everlasting beef. That can go, those can go, emerald can go. Keep the dried kelp, we can use it for crafting. Spider's eyes can go, gunpowder can go, smooth stone, loco metal. Don't think we need the alarm, tough. Hi Daniel, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Enchanted book. Keep the spare diamond picks. Amethyst shards can go. Rose quartz, Nixie tubes, those can go. Keep 1 redstone link and the threshold switch. Train station can go. Hand cranks can go. Framed glass can go. No, wait. I'll keep the framed glass. That'll do. That's better than nothing. We've cleaned it up a little bit. Okay, now for the mining drill. That's where it gets expensive again. 4 blocks of brass. Let's start with that. Four blocks of brass. 9 brass sheets. We don't have enough brass for that. Hopefully we got some in our processor at the minute. Let's head over there. we're over an hour into the stream, and we're still only on step 1 of the checklist. I really do want to get into the Ad Astra stuff today, so hopefully we won't be faffing around with this for too much longer. Right, 9 sheets. We don't need any brass for the precision mechanism, but we do need gold, which we've got. We'll go ahead and make a few extras of those as well. That's another thing that really needs to be automated, is the precision mechanism production. Because we need so many of them, and we're currently doing them entirely by hand. Put those in there. We need more wood. Let's grab a stack, or nearly a stack. Sorry, didn't notice. And wood again. There we go. Right, precision mechanisms. We need small cogwheels, large cogwheels, and iron nuggets. Bit more than that. That'll do. And here we go. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. We have to do these one at a time. Otherwise we'll accidentally make a redstone circuit, which we don't want. There we go. Same again. Sorry, this part's a little bit tedious. There we go. Okay, that will do. We can make some others later, but we'll not bother about that right now. Sturdy sheets. Oh god, this just gets more and more expensive, doesn't it? Okay, we got the precision mechanisms, we got the casings, we got the brass sheets. So that's the outer shell done, plus these two bits here. We need a copper casing, a spout, which is made with a copper casing anyway. There we go. A mechanical drill, 2 electron tubes, brass casing, brass funnel. It just keeps going, doesn't it? A brass tunnel, which we do have. Okay, there's the brass tunnel. There's the brass casing. Mechanical drill, 2 electron tubes, sturdy sheets. Do you have a degree? I do. I have a degree in computer science with a specialty in game design. Okay, there's the electron tubes. Nearly there now, folks. Sorry about the wait. Mechanical drill. We can make that in our backpack. Are you designing any games? I am, yes, as a matter of fact. I'm working on a couple of projects at the minute. None that I'm ready to publicly share, though. Okay, 3 sturdy sheets. Are we going to have enough obsidian for that? We've only got 1 block of obsidian. It's quite likely that we might lose it. I don't think we're going to get 3... I don't think we're going to get 3 pieces of dust out of it. I don't think it's going to last that long. We can try it. We might get 1 piece, but I think we're going to need to go and mine some more obsidian. Hiya, Jess. How you doing? Good to hear from you. Oh, we got it back. Thank God. Maybe we get it back again? Oh, we did! Well, it doesn't matter if we don't get it back this time. We did, but there we go. Have you ever done custom servers that people could join? I haven't, no. I did. I once hosted a server for a few friends, but I've never hosted a public server, no. And people have asked me about it. I mean, pretty much any game I play, people always ask, you know, will you do a multiplayer version? You know, will you do a multiplayer series on this game? And the answer is always, you know, I would like to, but at the same time, I don't think it's worth the hassle. Because when we did multiplayer farming sim, the server was, like, completely dead most of the time. And it took so long to set it up, it was so much hassle to get it working, only for it to be almost completely unused, right? And I don't want to go to the hassle of setting up a Minecraft server if no one's going to join it, you know what I mean? If there was the interest there, and if I knew for a fact that people were going to join, then I might consider it. But I just don't think it's worth if I'm not sure, you know what I mean? Okay, we've got everything we need for the mining drill, though, so let's go and put that together, and then we can place down the final mining drill for our gold ore. Once we've done that, we can officially cross that off our checklist and move on to something more exciting. Well, we do still have to do the tree farm as well, which is not tremendously exciting, but it needs to be done, so... Not being weird, but just curious, did you have the downstairs done? Bit of a weird thing to ask, Aiden. No, I haven't. But I do think it's a very bizarre question to ask someone. I mean, it's like just walking up to a random guy and being like, have you had a vasectomy? Are you circumcised? You know? Or, you know, walking up to a random woman in the street, have you had a hysterectomy? Like, I just... Why would you ask someone that? It just doesn't... It's weird that you wouldn't ask that question to someone who isn't trans, but you would ask that question to a trans person, you know? No hate, I'm just saying, you know, it feels like people will ask me, a trans woman, questions that they would never ask someone who isn't transgender, you know? How do I show the chunk borders? There we go. Okay, so this chunk here has gold in it. If we switch to paste, where is it? There we go. Let's anchor that for a second. Now we are going to move this under the water. I don't want it above ground because I just don't think it'll look very good here in the middle of the river like that. But that looks fine to me. I guess we'll just lower it down. Would it be worth rotating as well? I'm not sure. No, I think that'll be fine, actually. Okay, so now how do I move it without... like this. There we go. Let's go 10 blocks down. Confirm. Replace blocks. And go. Oh shit, I switched to copy. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, now I've got to go and copy it again because I accidentally uncopied it and copied something else. Okay, that's copied. Switch to paste. Where is it? Right, that's the area that I want to copy. Yeah. Now, where is it? Why can't I see it? Ah, right, there we go. Okay, now we go back to base and try this again. I will turn the chunk borders off as soon as we've placed it. But we have to make sure it's completely within the chunk. Okay, anchor that. It's within the chunk border. I think we'll move it a little bit this way though. Just move it up for a second, just so I can make sure it's definitely all within the chunk. Seems to be. Looks like we got 2 blocks of space there and 2 blocks of space there. That seems good to me. So we just move it down 10 blocks. Confirm. And paste. Okay, we've pasted. Now for the moment of truth. We will build a proper staircase to get down to it as well. This is gonna flood with water, isn't it? Of course, yep. Why wouldn't it? I missed the Farming Sim stream on Friday, says Creepy Jerkman. I didn't actually stream Farming Sim this Friday. Next stream will be this Friday coming though. But I didn't actually do any live streams last week because I was on a break. Right, where is it then? It should have been... Ah, there it is. I'll come back on Friday. Love the farming content. Take care. Thanks, Creeper Joke Man. We'll see you on Friday. Of course, we had to build it right under an aquifer as well, didn't we? Okay, I think we've cleared it. I don't know why it didn't clear those blocks there, but... Never mind. Here it is. It's not pretty right now, but it works, you know. Or it will work in just a moment. And of course it didn't paste the belts properly, because when does it ever? And I believe we have to manually set the speed as well, right? Which is 32, unless I'm mistaken. Let's set that. Okay, we will raise the ceiling a little bit as well to give us a bit more headroom in here. Let's do that now, actually. And we could potentially surround the room in like stone bricks or something to make it look a bit nicer, but that's, you know, we can do that at a later date. That's not a priority. So this is the only mining drill we've actually built below ground level. The rest of them we've built out in the open. It won't make a difference to the actual mining process though, it'll just work exactly the same. And everything should be in place. So if I've got my raw gold here, there we go. Okay, I hear the alarm going off, so at least that's working. And, oh, we need water, don't we? Let me just grab a bucket from out here. Where's it gone? There was water behind here. Thank you. I'll go and turn that off in a minute. Okay, fuel canister. In fact, we don't need to turn it off. It'll go off on its own now. There we go. And we should be about to start mining gold. Let's leave it for a second, make sure it works. Not rotating with enough speed. Ah. It doesn't need to be 64, does it? I'm sure my other ones were 32, though. That's going at 96. Oh, it's because the drill's not connected. Hold on. You have to break this and replace it, I remember now. Because it doesn't actually paste properly with the schematic. Right, okay, what's... Oh, turbocharger. We need a turbocharger. Shit. I forgot all about that. Okay, let me go and make one of those. I can turn the chunk borders off now. Oh, there's another alarm going off somewhere. What? Where? Shut up! Shut up a minute. I'm coming. What's the problem now? Copper mine, low diesel, right. Okay. I mean, at least we know that it's working as it should do. I am getting warnings when we're running low on materials, which is how it should be. God, the amount of lag every time I use a waystone. I really need to stop teleporting from place to place so much. Okay. So what do we need for... Of course, of course, of course. All the alarms are going to go off at the same time now because I replaced all the canisters at the same time, didn't I? I guarantee in about 2 minutes that alarm's going to go off again and we're going to have to refill the coal drill as well. So we better go and refill these canisters. Until we have fully automated our fuel distribution, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be going back and forth and manually replacing the fuel canisters every time that alarm goes off, which is going to be almost constant. Isn't that exciting? Okay, now, turbocharger. 3 andesite, 2 zinc, 2 iron plates. What PC do you have? It's a custom PC from Bedrock Computers. Intel i5 11400F CPU, RTX 2070, 8GB GPU, and 32GB of RAM, as well as 5TB of storage. Are there different planets once you get into space, says Unmarked Veil? There certainly are. There are 20 different planets for us to visit, including Earth, so 19, really. But we do need to build different tiers of rocket to get to each one. So the first rocket, the tier 1 rocket, will only get us to the moon. To go further than the moon, we then need to build more powerful rockets. Propeller. Okay, let's just go and make a bunch of iron sheets, because I've got a feeling we're going to need them. This is going to be awesome, says Mark Vale. It certainly is. I'm so excited to finally get into the space stuff. I've loved playing with Create. I absolutely love the Create mod, but I feel like for the first 17 episodes of this series, we've been focused almost exclusively on this one mod. I really want to start getting into some of the other mods that are in this mod pack now. And I'm very excited to be getting into Ad Astra. Okay, that'll probably be enough, actually. Right, there's the turbocharger. What did I tell you? What did I just say? Low diesel at the coal mine by any chance? Oh no, it's the iron mine. Okay. I'm so glad that it's actually working though. That's really cool. Considering how much trouble we had getting that working last time, it seems to be going quite well this time. The alarm does seem to be working every time a canister needs replacing. which is what I was trying to do the whole time. Okay, here we go. Put the turbocharger on. We should now be able to put this up to 32. Nope, still not. 31. Nope. 30. Nope. Oh, the clutch! You fucking idiots all. Okay, so maybe we can do 32. We can. Good. Can we go higher than 32? We can. How high can we go? Can we go 64? We can't go 64. Can we go 48? We can't go 48. Or 46. Or 45. 43. 41 we can. 42 we can. Okay, so we can go up to 42 RPM for the mining drill, which is good because the faster the RPM, the faster it actually mines the product. So that's very handy for us. There we go. We'll clean this up a bit in future. We'll, you know, finesse it a bit. Put a nice, nice proper staircase in. But for now, it will very much just have to be a hole in the ground. There we go. And we can go and put some of this shit back in storage now. And we can also cross the first item off our list because we now have automated our coal, iron, gold, copper, zinc mining drills. Pretty impressive stuff. That's the first thing on our checklist done. So we'll just chuck all this stuff into storage here. Put the building gadget back in my backpack so I don't accidentally build anything. Get out our checklist and cross it off the list. Okay, I think we're going to skip the Dark Oak Tree Farm. We can build that in the next stream. I really want to get on with the Space Center. That is what I really want the focus of today's stream to be. So that's what we're going to do. One more thing I do want to do first, though, is I'm going to quickly head round to all of the mining drills and collect up any materials that happen to be at them at this moment. Because a few of them have been working continuously for, like, the last couple of live streams, really. Like, the iron mining drill has been working round the clock for 7 or 8 episodes at this point. And I do try to regularly go and collect the iron, but sometimes I forget, you know, so I don't know how much is going to be piled up. Let's go find out. Okay, iron mine. 3, almost 4 stacks. Nice one. Copper mine. Almost 2 stacks. Zinc mine. Almost 2 stacks. Coal mine. None. We haven't set the rotation speed. Oh, shit. Okay, we can go up to 42, remember. So this has just been wasting diesel. This has been consuming diesel and not mining anything. And we also need to replace the drill. What do you mean? Yes, it is. Oh, this one's not turbocharged either, for Christ's sake. Okay, we've fucked things up so badly here. There's so many things that I've forgotten to do. We need to get another turbocharger right now. I am going to up the rotation speed for this, though. Never mind. Won't let me. So how come the iron mining drill I can... I don't know, this is weird. I'm going to make some more brackets as well, I think. What day did you do Truck Simulator? Tomorrow is Truck Simulator, Callum. Okay, can I make another turbocharger? I can, but we're going to need more iron sheets. Off we go again. Was that wire always there? I don't seem to remember this wire cutting through the girder like that. I think I might have accidentally moved that at some point. Never mind. Never mind. We don't have time right now. Pipe, plates. What am I missing then? The pipe. Okay, there we go. Another turbocharger. And just before we move on, we got a little bit of coal already. But let's head over there and actually get this working now. Oh, that broke it. Why? What? It's going to spill oil everywhere. There's going to be diesel all over the place. Just put that back. Oh shit. Oh, I've fallen. Why is there a fucking hole here? Okay. That needs fixing, obviously. Along with the million other things that need fixing right now. I need to get a lever. Where'd you get the name Ashbridge Industries from? Says what? That's... Ashbridge is my surname. Ashbridge Industries is just the name that I use whenever I do any official stuff, like this TikTok. Hold on. What's going on here? Because I've turbocharged the other... Right. There we go. Okay, that's working now. And the drill is also working. I am confused. I'm going to put the lever... I think the lever would look better on the top, to be honest. There we go. And we'll do that at the other mining drills too. This one didn't even have a lever at it. And back home. Okay. We are going to get on to the second part of the list very shortly. I just need to take these upstairs to be processed, and then we can move on. Why is it not taking those? Okay. There we go. And please God tell me that it's actually working this time. Okay, everything seems to be going through alright. We got zinc coming through. I saw a little bit of lead going through. I hear the blaze burners. So that means we're making brass. There we go, there's a bit of brass. We should also start making steel as soon as the iron starts to come through. Not sure where that is. Oh, we got XP coming through as well. I forget about the XP gathering in these barrels. The iron's still being crushed, so iron will be a little bit later. We should have some coal dust coming through as well. I'm interested to know why we haven't at the minute. What's going on there? Oh, hold on. Ready? Maybe? No? Where's that gone then? I put 16 coal in. Where did it all go? Coal is in the filters here. It should be allowed through. And yet, for some reason, I'm not seeing any coal. Although plenty of this other crap. Look at this. Look at all this redstone and quartz and clay and gunpowder. But no coal. And no coal means no steel. So we need to figure out what's going on here. I mean, I can take a bit of this coal and throw it on here, maybe. Where did that go? Is it still being crushed? What is happening? I'm confused. Is the coal getting destroyed instead of being turned into dust? Why? 50% chance. Oh, there's only a 50% chance of it dropping coal, so am I just getting unlucky? I think I just got unlucky and it all turned into... None of it actually got processed into coal dust. This is why we need bulk, you know? On the plus side, though, we got a nice bit of lead there. And if we head downstairs, we should have plenty of everything else too. 41 steel, we got a little bit. 86 brass, 44 zinc, 61 gold, 68 copper, 691 iron. Okay, so everything's working quite nicely. It's just we need to supply a little bit more coal. But now the coal mining drill's up and running, we just let that do its own thing, and we'll, you know, start getting some coal through. The coal is very important, though. We desperately need as much steel as possible, because I'm now going to start moving on to the Astra stuff, and a lot of the Astra recipes are based on steel. Why do I have an iron drill here? Have I taken the drill bit out of one of my drills? That means another tour to check them all out and check which one isn't working. Okay, that one is. There we go. The copper one didn't have a drill. Fixed it now. A little bit of silver. Right. That takes care of the mining drills, and we're not doing the Dark Oak Tree Farm today. The only thing left to get on with today is to begin construction of the Space Center. Finally, let's do it. I'm going to grab a waystone, I'm going to head north, and I'm going to show you exactly where I'm planning on building the Space Center. It's not far, it's just over that hill. In fact, it's going to be inside this hill, because there is a huge crater just to the north. And what I want to do is I want to put the launch pad in the crater. And then we're going to have the research facility is going to be underground in a bunker, and we're going to have some kind of system to wheel the rockets out to the launch pad, which I think will look pretty cool. If you're in the Minecraft, if you're in the Discord server, I posted a bit of a video in the Minecraft channel not long ago of a little experiment that I did in my creative testing world. I came up with a system to use rails to move the rockets into position. So it's going to be quite ambitious. It's going to be quite dramatic and showy. You know, we're not just going to build a little launch pad in a corner somewhere and start launching rockets. We're going to do this properly. But it's about time that we actually started doing it at all. So we're going to scout out an area. We're going to start thinking about how I want the base to look, and we're also going to need to start thinking about what we actually need to get to space, right? Because there's quite a lot of stuff involved. It's quite an involved process. Okay, ignore the pillager outpost. I'm hoping that that's far enough away from us that we're not going to have to worry too much about it. But this crater here, you can see on the map, this crater here is where I want to build the launch pad. And if we head down into it, there we go. You can see in the middle here, we've got a nice flat-ish area. We can flatten this out a little bit more, and we can have the launch pad somewhere here. Imagine this. Okay, launch pad here. In the side of that hill there, two huge sliding doors. The doors open. There's a railway track that brings the rocket out to the launch pad and launches it into space. That's what I'm thinking. That is my vision. That's my ambition. We're going to have a huge underground bunker, huge sliding doors. It's going to wheel the rockets out, and we'll have our launch pad here. That's the plan. So, first things first, let's choose a ground level. Let's make it 105, so we can build a layer of stone on top of the current ground level here. And if we head over to this wall, the very first thing I'm going to do is just dig a tunnel straight through. Because we are directly north of the main base, so we should be able to have an entrance to the space center from that side, as well as one on this side. Should do a realm, says Ryan. As I said earlier, Ryan, I like the idea of doing a realm, but I just don't think it's worth paying for it if people aren't going to join. Like I said before, I have tried doing multiplayer games before. We tried doing multiplayer farming sim, but nobody joined the server, and I was paying £8 a month for that server just for no one to be on it, you know? I don't really want to spend money on a realm if people aren't going to join it. Oh, volcanic stone. Interesting. I think I've got a little bit of that already, but I can't... I didn't know where I'd got it from. I guess it came from underground. Volcanic stone. If I can spell properly. What can we use this for? Volcanic stone bricks. That's it. And what can I use volcanic stone bricks for? Oh, we can make polished volcanic stone. This actually looks really nice, to be honest. This could be interesting for building the base. I'm not sure what I want the space base to be made of yet. I was thinking about using the lab rat panels, which are very, like, Portal-inspired. That would be really cool. But these are quite expensive. You actually need moonstone for this. And it's not moonstone from the moon. It's from a different mod. It's found, like, in underground deposits in the overworld. But I didn't add that mod until later into the series, which unfortunately means we're going to have to go quite far away from spawn to find any. So I would like to use the lab rat panels, but it's going to be quite pricey and time consuming. Oh, I'm just looking on the minimap. This is perfect. If this comes out where I think it does, this is going to be perfect. Oh, yes. Look at that. It lines up with this cave entrance. Okay, this is really good. This is perfect. So this means this can be an entrance to the Space Center. If we clear away the trees, this can be the entrance. We can have a huge doorway. I'm thinking like, you know, Portal, a sort of huge vault door like Portal or Fallout. Huge vault door here, behind which is the main space center. That just seems really cool to me. And then how we'd connect it up with the base, I'm not sure, because we are still at quite a different level of elevation from the base. We could use escalators. I do have a mod that adds in escalators. Although I don't think they're called escalators. They're called walkways. But we can make escalators, basically, which would be really cool to have. Like, just down there, next to the hydroelectric dam, we could have some escalators to come up to here, and then that's going to be our main entrance. This is really cool, though. I do like the idea of this being the main entrance. I also forgot to place a waystone in the crater, which I'm going to go do now. Thanks for following, Hollow Alfie. Hello, so I watched yesterday's stream. Hi, Horse Lover, how you doing? You could use a minecart. I could use a minecart, yeah. I'm not a big fan of minecarts. They're a bit too slow for me. If we were going to go that route, then I could use an actual train from the Create mod, which would be pretty cool. And we are going to be doing train-related stuff anyway, so we'll see. Okay, let's pop this here. Space Center. So now we can travel between the Space Center and the base quite easily. Okay. Let's have a quick look in JEI. So, for Ad Astra, the most important thing is the NASA workbench. We need this to build all of the rockets, and that requires quite a lot of steel. We are also going to need solar panels, we're going to need oxygen loaders, fuel refineries, basically all of this stuff here. Etrionic blast furnace. In fact, we don't need the Etrionic blast furnace. You use that to make steel, but we're making steel a different way through Create, so we don't actually need that. But we will need compressors, generators, all that kind of stuff. It's quite involved. I'm not sure where to start, really, which is why I wanted to start by marking out an area for the actual building. And then we can move on to crafting the stuff that we need to actually get to space. I'm just going to sleep before we do anything else. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Let's head back out there. Let's see what decorative blocks we've got at the minute, actually, before we start. Because we might have some stuff. We got granite pillars. Stone bricks. We can actually make some nice tiles with cobbled deep slate, so we'll get that out as well. Black marble, I guess we could find a use for. All of this stuff. I'll put it all in my backpack. But all of these could be potential building materials, you know? Basically, any type of stone is on the table. We could make some sandstone, perhaps. We got bloodstone. I haven't even used that. We got quite a bit of terracotta. I think that'll do. That's some interesting blocks to be getting started with, right? What would... I'm just trying to picture... Let's head up there. Let's head up there. I'm trying to picture what the entrance would look like and what it'd be made of. Like I say, I'm thinking of a vault door, kind of like Vault Tech or Aperture Laboratories, you know, that kind of thing. But I think I really want to see it first. I want to see the area and sort of... Let's survey it a little bit, you know. Let's survey the area and see what's going to work best. I can disable the gold ore vein marker now. There we go. Okay, so this is the entrance. I think we'll try and... Maybe we'll try and keep a bit of the shape. There's sort of a platform here, like at level 100, and then there's a second platform at 96. So what I'm thinking is we'll have a nice flat entrance area at around level 96. Then we'll have a little bit of a staircase that leads up to level 100. And then over here in this corner, we'll have a big doorway that goes into the base proper. That's what I'm thinking. So if we get out a few stone bricks, we don't have many of these, but if we mark something like this, the door is going to be 3x3 because we're going to use some of the airlock doors from Ad Astra. So the doorway is going to be sort of there, right? And then this here... We could do some deep slate bricks, potentially. Deep slate tiles, sorry. Let's make a stack of those. Okay. Now, instead of mining down a block, we'll cover the floor that we've already got. And I think this has the sort of Aperture Laboratories kind of feel as well, because there's a lot of jet black surfaces in Aperture. Oops. There we go. Then move this up a block. I want to try and minimize the amount of excavation that we need to do. Like I say, that's why I'm trying to keep the shape of the cave that's already here. So we're just kind of building around what's already there instead of doing loads of digging. Do I have lanterns? I don't, but I can whip up a couple. I don't think we will use vanilla lanterns, though, because they don't really feel high-tech enough. We'll use them for now, just to provide a bit of light. But I want some, like, you know, bright white lights. I think if we look at blocks you need, actually. Glow-essent lights. This is what we need. Now, the raw iron is, I think, quite expensive. Pig iron, which is regular iron resmelted. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. I think we'll make some of these glow-essent lights and we'll try them out, see how they look. But yeah, this seems... Let's do a little bit of digging. And let's go up a block. Hey, someone looking good today. How are you? I'm good, thank you, Jess. How are you doing? There we go. Now, I don't want to bring the whole ceiling down a block because that's going to be a lot of mining. I think we'll keep it to this. We could make this stone bricks. I don't want to do stone around the whole area. Like I say, I want to try and preserve some of the natural wall, but I think this wall here and this corner here, we could replace those with stone bricks, perhaps. Oh. Just trying to fill in a couple of gaps. There we go. I'm good, thank you. In the midst of moving this week. So stressful. Oh, sorry about that, Jess. Hope it goes well, though. Oh, there's a little bit of an area up here as well, which we've kind of completely ignored. But I guess we could do a little bit of storage up here. It feels very Vault-Tech, you know? This feels like the entrance to a Fallout vault, you know? And I'm just imagining, you know, a little bit of storage up here with just bits and bobs in chests or barrels. And then the main vault a bit further down the hall. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting just from what I've laid out already, right? And it's not much, but I'm starting to see the vision. Let's head back down. And I'm going to grab some... In fact, I'm going to move the Space Center Waystone to this entrance area, because this is where we're going to be... This is the bit we're going to be working on first, right? So let's bring the Waystone down here. And then we're not going through this tunnel every time. There we go, just grab that. Back through the tunnel. There we go, and we'll pop that here. In fact, no, not there, because then that's going to interfere with the build. We'll put it here. Using keyboard? I am, Horse Lover, yes. Okay, there we go. Now we can get from here back to base very quickly. It's only up there. In fact, if I get out my telescope, those trees there, that's the entrance just behind there. So it is pretty close to the base, which is very good news. But while I'm down here, I want to start smelting some stone bricks. There we go. We'll whip up a couple of stacks of those. And I'd also like to try making some of these glow-escent lights. Which means re-smelting iron, first and foremost. Those are in the wrong place. Right, re-smelting iron. We'll go for... We'll do 12 ingots. That should get us 16 lights. How much glowstone do we have, though? Only 9. Okay, we'll do 9 iron ingots then. We don't want to make more than we need. And I think all you have to do is smelt the iron again, and again, and again. Like, you just have to re-smelt it 3 times. So the first time it should become pig iron. And then if we do it again, it should become wrought iron. There we go. And I think that's it, actually. I think it's made with wrought iron. There we go, glow-escent lights. Let's see how they look, shall we? Here we go. Oh, they're very bright. I like the colour. That's good. That is exactly what I was thinking. A nice, bright, white light. That will do the trick nicely. Let's sleep, and then we'll go and place a couple of those down up there and see how it looks. Oh, I need to move the waypoint back up again. Needs to be at the top of the list. There we go. Okay. So we'll replace these 2 lanterns here, first of all, with these glow-escent lights. Oh yeah, I like those. I like those a lot. Let's try and put in a bit of a stone brick wall here. And let's try putting a couple of lights on that. Let's go there. 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 That's good, I like that. Then I'm going to put a bit of a pillar here, and then the rest of it is going to just be smooth stone. We're not gonna build out any further than that on this side. Okay. One more. And we'll have some there. I'll take that back. Let's not waste a block that we don't need to place if it's hidden. And a couple more there. Okay, I like it. I might replace the granite with smooth stone just so that it matches, because it looks a little bit, looks a little bit messy, but I like that so far. That's looking pretty good. What are we going to do here, though? Maybe we should have the stairs here. We'll have some steps up here, and then you have to walk along here to get to the actual area. In fact, oh, there's a good idea. We could even have a little indoor area, which could be like a security checkpoint. If we build a little room into the wall here, a little security checkpoint, and then you go out into the actual entrance area, and then into the vault. I like that. I like that a lot. I do feel, though, as if it might have been better to lower everything down 1 block. Which is going to be quite difficult, because we've already placed quite a lot here, but I just feel it'd look better. Let's lower this down a little bit and see. We'll lower the floor and see how it looks. What time are we on? 5:15. Okay, we've still got 45 minutes. So we'll see how much of this we can get done today. But I'm just glad that we're finally working on the space station, you know? Well, the space center, sorry. The space station will come much later. If at all, actually. I don't know if you can even do space stations in Ad Astra. You could in Galacticraft, the original, but I don't know if that's something that's been carried over. I've never tried it. There we go, that looks better to me. And same on this side. And we're about to run out of stone bricks. Unfortunately. We'd better go back and smelt some up. Oh. I can take that out of my hotbar now. Oh, there's a couple more here as well. Right, move these lights down. And let's go and get some more stone. We need some more bricks, we need some more smooth stone to cover over the ceiling, and then we can continue. Okay, I've got quite a lot of stone to be getting on with, so this may take a while. Now would be a good time to chat if anybody wants to ask me anything. Private server, yes, this is a single player world, Soon Media. Using keyboard, yes, Source Lover, I am using my keyboard today. Bricks. How do we make a airlock door, by the way? 2 steel blocks and 7 steel plates. That's quite a lot of steel. And it's also... we also shouldn't really be wasting steel at this stage, you know? So maybe we'll just go for a sliding door instead. That only needs 1 block of steel then. I think we got iron plating in storage. ETS2 tomorrow? Yes. Euro truck tomorrow. Horse Lover. How'd you get your stuff to look like this? I'm using a shader called Mellow. Highly recommend. It's a really, really great shader. Come on. Okay, I'm going to go and see if we got any iron plating. Is this on PS5? Minecraft is on PS5, yes, Horse Lover. Modded Minecraft, unfortunately not. Okay, 6 plating blocks, 2 glass panes, and a steel block. We don't have a steel block, but we do have steel ingots, so let's go and make a steel block. Oh, actually, 1 second. There we go. Now let's go make a steel block. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong floor. I should have been on the upstairs floor. Never mind, we'll just go in the lift. Okay, steel. There's our steel block. And there's our iron sliding door. Lovely. Would look better with an airlock door, but we can leave that till next week. We really need to prioritize where we're using our steel for the time being, because we do need quite a lot of steel for a lot of the recipes from Ad Astra. Okay, nearly there. I'm going to keep a couple of stacks of just regular stone, because we are going to need that to fill in some holes in the ceiling. Take your time. There we go. And there we go. Right. So I'm gonna fill in the ceiling with regular stone. I just think it looks a little bit neater. I don't want to do too much work to the actual cave itself, but I think it looks a bit neater if the whole cave is one material, you know? There we go, and I'll probably replace the dirt eventually, but that can wait. Then here, I'm going to build a doorway. Just a 2x2 doorway this time. Oh, actually, we can put these sliding doors in as well. They're going to go here. There we go, and that's going to be our entrance to the actual base. So then here, we're going to have a little room. Let's do this. There we go. So we'll have a little room here, which is going to be like the customs or security checkpoint. And then we come through into here. We'll have a little bit of a balcony, a little bit of railing there so you can't walk off the edge. And then there's the entrance to the actual space center. Okay, I'm liking it so far. I am thinking we could take this back another block though, like that. Although actually, I think it looks a bit better with the I think it looks a bit better with it being slightly more centralized. Maybe there could be a window there or something. I don't know. Misclicked a couple of times there, but we can clear those away. Okay, I'm not going to make any more stone bricks yet, but I think soon we will need to. Okay, this can be deep slate tiles, which we are going to need more of. There we go. And actually, I guess we'll keep that as just regular stone for now. Then put some glowescent lights in here, like that. And stand back and admire it. Okay, I like that. I like how that's coming along so far. I am going to do that wall there as well in smooth stone, I think. Or maybe put some girders under it, perhaps. Where are my girders? I've got some back at base. But I think that would look pretty interesting. I like it though, this is looking pretty good. We do need to do a ceiling in here as well. Thanks for the likes, by the way, everyone. It's very much appreciated. And thanks everyone just for being here, you know. I'm aware that my Minecraft live streams are not my most popular live streams that I do. There aren't always a great deal of viewers here, but it is always appreciated those of you who do show up. You know that I'm very passionate about Minecraft. I absolutely love playing this game. So it's nice to see that some of you are here. By all means do share the stream though, and we'll try and get a few more people here. Hey, King of BPL, how are you doing? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I like the idea of this having a little bit of an overhang. And we could put some girders here to look like supports, and then a railing along the top. I think that'd look pretty good. I'm good, how are you doing? I'm good, King of BPL, how are you today? Nice to have you with us, as always. There we go. I don't know if it's... I don't know if I should replace all of the granite, because I feel like if we replace all of the granite, it's going to make the cave look a little bit boring. I think we'll leave this patch here, and we'll leave this bit here on the floor, actually. That could look quite nice. So I'm going to get some girders. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1. This is an even number of blocks, isn't it? Yeah, that makes things a bit awkward. We could just get 2 sets of girders, so 6 in total. Or maybe put them at the edges instead. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll get 6 girders and 8 railings of our choice. Although it'll probably end up being iron. Oh, alarm! Low diesel at the gold mine. Okay, do we have a canister of diesel right now? We do. Thank you for letting me know. There we go, it's working! I can't believe that's actually working now. That's good news. Now can I... There we go. I almost lost the entrance to the gold mine there. Bye, I'll have to go now. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining, Horse Lover. We'll see you tomorrow for Euro Truck. Much appreciated, as always. Okay, so what did I come here for? I came here for railings and girders. Let's go get some. Five girders. Okay, we're one girder short. Let's make some more of those then. Other way around. I always get the girders the wrong way around. There we go. Girders and railings. It's going to be iron ones because we got loads of those. Let me just go and sleep. What time are we on? past. Ooh, half an hour to go. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the girders in the corners, and we'll see how that looks. I like that. I like it. I mean, we could also have some here. Maybe. The thing is, it's an even number of blocks wide. I needed it to be odd so that the girders could be evenly spaced. It's, see, I do like that, but it's a little bit... It's a bit annoying that it's not lined up properly, right? The only other option would be to do it like this. Ooh. But then that corner is not right, you know? Actually, from this angle, it doesn't look too bad. And I guess when you're actually entering the base, you're going to be entering over here. And it doesn't look too bad from over here. So maybe we'll keep it like that. It's not even, but it's not totally awful either, you know? Let's try it. Let's try it like that. Then we need some railings. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. This is looking really good. I'm really happy with this so far. What about some copycat panels along here so we can hide the deep slate tiles there? And we could maybe use some granite pillars. I feel like because there's a lot of granite in the cave, some granite pillars could, you know, make it look like we're using the natural stone from the area. Hi, Math Jan, or Mathy Jan. How are you doing? At least try to sound like a girl. I do sound like a girl, because I am a girl, and this is what I sound like, so therefore I sound like a girl. I've forgotten what I needed now. Copycat panels. I think we'll take 9 of these. Looking beautiful as always. Thank you, Ellie. Very kind of you. There we go. Now, how is that? Look at that. That's cool. I really like how that looks. How are you? I'm good, Murphy Jan. Very good. Thank you very much. How have you been? I'm just going to try it the other way just to see how it looks. That might even be better, actually. I think I might prefer that one. There is one more orientation. I'm doing fine. Glad to hear it. Oh, that's it. That's the one. That is the best, definitely. Look at that. Love that white top. Where's it from? This top, Ellie, is from Pretty Little Thing, and it's actually purple. It's a crop top, and it's like a gradient top, so it's purple towards the bottom and on the sleeves. Thank you very much. What's this series, says Bearman? So this series is called Create at Astra, and basically I'm playing on modded Minecraft. My goal is to get to space and to visit every single planet and dwarf planet in the Ad Astra and Ad Extendra mods. Right now, we're working on our underground space research facility. We're just building the entrance area to that today. But the plan is eventually we'll be going to the we'll be going to the moon. We'll be going to Mars. We'll be going to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury. I think that's all the main planets. And the dwarf planets as well. We'll be going to Sedna. We'll be going to Pluto, Eris, Ceres, Quaor, Make, Haumea, Gong. All of those places. In fact, there are 19 different planets for us to visit. And here they all are. Earth, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Glacio, Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Orcus, Pluto, Haumea, Quaor, Make, Gong, Eris, Sedna, and Proxima Centauri b. And we're going to hopefully go to all of them eventually. I start college tomorrow, super nervous. Any tips? Says Ellie. I don't really have any tips, Ellie, to be honest. Apart from the be yourself, you know, which everyone says that, but it is true. It is true, you know. I think when I started university, I was like really in at the deep end. I'd never been away from home before. It was my first time ever being away from my family. And I felt, you know, I said to myself, you really have to make friends or you're going to have a really miserable time. You know, you're away from your family for 3 years. You need someone to keep you sane, right? So I really tried to make friends as early as I could, and I did find that, you know, just being myself and showing my natural personality was the right thing to do, because otherwise, you know, if you fake it, if you put on a persona, then you're going to end up with friends who don't actually share the same interests as you, and you're not going to have anything in common with them, and you're really quickly going to realize that they're not really there for you, right? So I deliberately tried to be as genuine as I could, you know, tried to be as true to myself as I could, and it wasn't easy to make friends because, you know, because of my hobbies and interests are not exactly mainstream. But I found people, you know, I found people who were interested in the same things that I was, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad I didn't, you know, pretend to be someone else just to make friends, because I know that that would have ended up with me not really having any real friends, you know. So that's my best advice, you know, be yourself. It might be hard to make friends at first if you know, have like niche interests or stuff like that, but be yourself and you will find people who you actually have something in common with, rather than just pretending, you know. Thanks for the heart, me, Jess. Lucky I'm going where I live. It's such a struggle to make friends. That is good news, that if you're somewhere local, that is at least something. It's good to know that you're not too far from family and friends, you know. When I went to university, I went to Bath Spa, which is like sort of southwest of England, and I obviously live in Doncaster, which is in the northeast. So it's about 200 miles away from home, which might not seem like much in the grand scheme of things, but this was the first time I'd ever been away from home. Like, I'd lived with my parents all the way up to the age of 18. I'd never travelled really that far away from them, which is actually why I wanted to go to Bath Spa, to be honest. I really wanted to throw myself into the deep end. I didn't want to just go to somewhere down the road, because I really wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone and say, you know, I'm going to go as far as I possibly can and really try and be independent and stand on my own 2 feet. And it paid off. It paid off. I am back in Doncaster now, so I'm back near to my parents again, but I'm glad of the experience, you know. I'm glad that I threw myself in at the deep end, as it were, and I'm glad that Bath is such a lovely place as well. Bath is lovely, says Jess. Yeah, honestly, I don't regret Bath. My other choices were Sheffield and Leeds. I'm really glad that I went with Bath. It's such an amazing city. I'd love to live there. It's quite an expensive city to live in, but if I had the money, that really would be my dream place to live, at least within the UK. Really loved it there. Fantastic place to live. Fantastic place to go to uni. You know, met some great people, and most of my, you know, well, pretty much all of my close friends today are people that I met at uni. I don't really speak to my school friends very much these days, but I speak to my uni friends a lot. Like, we're very, very close. It was, you know, one of the most formative experiences of my life at the end of the day. Oh, low diesel at the copper mine, and the zinc mine, and the iron mine. Oh my god. Okay, alarms off, please. Okay, do we have 3 canisters? We do, but one of them's empty. Okay. We got a 3 for now. Only perk of Swindon is that Bath is fairly close. Yeah, when I was at uni, Jess, one of my friends lives in Swindon, and he commuted to uni every day, which is quite a long trip from Swindon to Bath on the train every single day. I remember one day he fell asleep on the train back and ended up in Paddington. He never made that mistake again. I'll be honest with you, I respect you for who you are now. Thank you, Mafi-Jan, that's very kind of you. Hello, Zaki boy, how are you doing? It's always nice to hear from people who have sort of changed their perspective a little bit. I do get comments occasionally from people who are like, you know, I didn't really understand this at first, but now that I've, you know, gotten to know you a bit more, now that I've watched some of your videos, I sort of appreciate and respect you a bit more. I appreciate comments like that. It's nice to know that I am having a positive, you know, positive influence, as it were, you know, giving a positive image of trans people, which is what I do try to do, you know. At the end of the day, I've said it before, but the main reason that I do what I do here on TikTok is just to show people that, yes, I am a trans person, and yes, it's a very small part of who I am, you know, I'm so much more than just that. So it's always nice to hear, you know, when people say, you know, you've helped me to change my perspective on this a little bit. That's always really nice to hear. Sorry about the lag, by the way. It always lags when I teleport with the Waystones mod, because it has to reload all the chunks, so unfortunately it's unavoidable, because I do have to teleport from place to place quite often. I think the more people that post about it, the better it is. The better, because there's still a lot to learn. That's very true, Jess. Yeah, I think most, I don't want to say hatred, because it's a very strong word, and a lot of people are genuinely not you know, sort of on the fence, as it were. But a lot of this sort of mistrust, shall we say, a lot of the mistrust of trans people comes from a lack of understanding. And it's the same with any form of bigotry, you know? It's the same with, like, sexism or racism or homophobia or whatever. It always comes from a place of just not understanding a certain group of people. And the best way that you can combat that is by helping people to understand, right? So at the end of the day, that's what I do here on TikTok. I try to help people understand who I am a little bit more, and in doing so, help them to hopefully appreciate and respect all trans people, you know? Just gonna have some of these nuggets of experience. Trans people are people too, I would say, says Maffy-Jan. Thank you, Maffy-Jan. You would be surprised how many people would disagree with that sentiment, unfortunately. Which, again, is why I do what I do here. Because, unfortunately, there's still quite a lot of people out there who disagree. Ah, okay. We have a problem here. We don't have enough coal. This is because we had a problem earlier with the coal mining drill, so it's really lagging behind. We desperately need to put some coal in, because if the problem with the machine is that I've built it in such a way that if one material isn't available, the whole machine will back up, which is not ideal. It's okay as long as I keep a constant throughput of all of these materials. Why has this not mined anything? I haven't put a chunk loader. I haven't put a chunk... This whole time, that chunk hasn't even been loaded. So the coal mining drill still hasn't mined a single block of coal at this point. For God's sake. Right. Load this chunk. Thank you. Oh my god. We're so far behind on coal production. We've got everything except coal at this point. It's really... That's going to be a serious problem. Anyway. Now it is working. It's definitely working now. So let's see what else needs to be done. As regards to the entrance area, we do need some kind of staircase here. I'm thinking perhaps I'll leave this as stone and put some railings along here and preserve the stone a bit, because I quite like how the stone looks here, to be honest. What if we do something like this? No, actually, that was better that way, right? Let's build our stairs. And in fact, let's try and make some escalators, because we haven't built any escalators yet, and I kind of want to see how they look. So we want escalated. Okay. Iron sheets and chains. Those are quite cheap. Those are quite cheap. Now I think, unless I'm mistaken, I think these work exactly the same as belts, where you just place two shafts and then you connect them with the escalator block. They do need rotational power, obviously. They are a plugin for the Create mod, so they do need to be rotating to actually work. How many of these do we need? Surely just two, right? Let's see. Okay, get some shafts. Ah. Okay. I see. Why is that then? Do I not have enough? Do I need to... Let's make another one. Oh, we need more chains. There we go. Oh, my TV's going to turn itself off. Hi, Charlie. How are you doing? Okay, we got 2 now. Oh, they don't stack. Where do they go then? How? They do connect to the shaft, so you can see. You can see that it's got the little particles to show that it's connecting. Do I need a bit more space? Is there like a minimum size that they need to be? We got plenty of space in here, so let's try this. Good yourself? I'm good, Charlie, yeah. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Ah! Okay, so there's a little flat bit at each end, so we need to extend it a little bit, I see. But, oh, look at that! That's an escalator! We got an escalator, guys! Is there anywhere we can actually test it out? There we go. Oh my god. Okay, it's a bit fast. But that's a working escalator, everybody. That's an escalator. That's so cool. Okay. Let's try... Before I actually put it into place, let's try and do a little bit of a longer one. Let's go... Where can I actually do this? I mean, I could put one here, maybe. Oh, there, sorry. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is brilliant. And I think if we were to put a gearbox... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me cook for a minute, everybody. Watch this. If we make a gearbox and put it... Let's make 2, actually. And we put the gearboxes here. Yes, look at that. We got up and down. They should be the other way around because we're in the UK. So the up one should be on the left. But look at that. We got escalators. I love this. These are very, very cool. I can't wait to get these in. Okay, let's head back to the Space Center then, or what will eventually be the Space Center, and let's go and place a couple of these in. Oh, it's nighttime. Let's go and sleep first then. Thanks, by the way, for the heart me's, Ellie and Ben. Much appreciated, both of you. Hello, Saul, how are you? I'm good, Matty. How are you doing? We are going to be finishing up in just a few minutes, so if you're just joining, I'm very sorry, but we have been live for almost 3 hours now. I'm going to be finishing things up very soon. Okay, so we need 3 blocks of space to fit these escalators in. What I'm thinking then is, we'll have the tops here. So these will be the tops of the escalator, and the bottom is going to have to be here, right? 1 block further in. There we go. That's fine. I saw you on the TikTok follow live thing, so I thought I'd drop by. Thanks, Matty. That's kind of you. Good to see you. Okay, there we go. There's our escalators. Now, I don't know what we're going to do up the middle, but some kind of divider would make sense. I guess for now we can use a little bit of smooth stone. There we go. Actually, oh wait, could we use railings? Hold on. Super cool mod. It really is, Matt. Yeah, this is so this is an extension for Create, so it works exactly the same as a conveyor belt from Create. I believe you can make horizontal ones as well. I think they call them like travelators or something, you know, like the moving floors that you get at airports. But I think we'll stick with just escalators for now. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Oh, they're not... They don't connect like that. Oh, I think it only works with stairs. Well, that's okay, because we can make some stairs. We can even make smooth stone stairs. And then you won't even be able to tell. Right? Let's just try that. Oh no, that one should be a full block actually. Why are they not? I'm sure they are supposed to connect horizontally like that. In fact, I'm sure we did it somewhere else in the base. Am I using the wrong kind of railings? I'm sure we did that somewhere. Hang on a minute. Let me have a quick look around. What time do you end your stream, says Hayden? It should be 6 o'clock. We'll probably go a little bit over today because I'm not quite finished with what I was planning to do. But it will be quite soon. I can't see it anywhere. I'm sure. I could have sworn that we connected railings diagonally before. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Just had a McDonald's. Nice one, Matty. What did you have? Okay, let's get rid of the railings for now, then. Oh, shit, I just broke the escalator as well. Just pop that back. And then I guess we could... Let's hide the mechanism that's going to power this. We're going to power it with a simple water wheel. But obviously we'll hide it in the wall. Nobody wants to see a water wheel. It doesn't look very high-tech, having an escalator powered by a water wheel. So we'll just hide it out of the way. And there we go. Pops that there. And obviously we need the actual water. Where's my buckets? Wait, why, since when do I not have buckets? Right, back to base then. What's up, so I'm back. Hi Roman, how you doing? What's AMA? AMA is Ask Me Anything, Roman, and I will do my best to answer to the best of my ability. I'm here to be an open book. Okay, other way round. We want the left escalators to be going up. There we go. Seal that. And then, could we maybe cover over this so that you can't tell what's going on there? I like that. Look at that. We got escalators. We have escalators. They are slow. We might want to increase the speed of them slightly. Although this is probably a realistic speed for an escalator. But not in Minecraft. We want them to be a little bit faster. We can do that with a gear shift, right? Gear shift. That... Oh no, that reverses the rotation. What is it for doubling the speed then? I think it's a chain gear shift, yeah? Yes, okay, and we can make those without going back to base. We just need some zinc ingots, nuggets, sorry, and a couple of casings. No, we don't. Electron tubes? Are you joking? Okay, let's go get some electron tubes. Definitely running over today. It's already 6 o'clock, but I just want to get this escalator finished because this is going to look really cool. More sandpaper. Looks good. Thanks, Matty. Okay, there we go. And then we need a lever. Okay, we should be able to use these to double the speed to 16 RPM, which will hopefully give us an escalator that's a little bit faster than real life, but it should still feel fairly realistic, right? Oh, that slows it down even more. We need to put the lever on the input, that's why. Is that going any faster? It doesn't look like it. Oh, we need to put them in sequence. We need to put them side by side, not end to end. Right, so that means we're going to have to move the water wheel as well. We're going to have to place them like this. There we go. Now we powered that one. Okay, move the water wheel 1 block to the side. Do you like streaming? Is it like a hobby? It is like a hobby, yeah. I would love to do it as a job, you know. I'd love to make a career out of it, but at the minute I'm just happy, you know, doing it at my own pace and, you know, having fun with it. There we go, that's faster. Okay. Now we can seal this off, never to be seen again. And we have our escalators. Look at those. We can run up them if we want to get up and down a bit faster. I do feel like that's a realistic speed, though. I mean, look at the actual escalators moving. That looks like a realistic speed for escalators to move, right? Even though it feels a little bit slow in Minecraft because you're used to moving a lot faster, I like it. Sorry, so I'll have to go. See you next stream. Thank you, Matty Boy, for joining today. I'm going to be live again tomorrow for Euro Truck, so do come along if you're free. But thanks very much for being here. And we are going to be finishing up in just a moment anyway. I'll tell you what, we've still done something wrong. These need to be a block lower. They need to be down here, don't they? So that you can walk onto the escalator at ground level. Which means we're going to have to move the drill again to make all that work. Oh, does that mean we need to move it out another block as well? No? Where does it connect to then? Or is it because the blocks... Is it because the area under it's not clear? There we go. Okay. That's better. So it still needs connecting back up. But now it's actually at ground level as we come in. This is going to be the ground level. In fact, let's just build it up a little bit. There we go. So you come in, you go straight onto the escalators, up the stairs. How long have you been playing Minecraft, Dave? Don't know who Dave is, Ghostface, but I've been playing Minecraft for about 10 years. No, about 12 years, actually. First started with the Redstone update 1.5 back in 2013, I believe it was. What you building, says Hayden? We're building escalators at the minute, Hayden. And they're very nearly done. And that goes there. Okay. What for? To get up to our underground bunker, which is going to be our space research base. There we go. That still integrates quite nicely. It blends nicely with the background there. So we now have our working escalators. They are a bit slow, but you can just run up them as well. That is an option. Or run down them. Wait, actually, can you run up them? Yeah, you can. Good. Just like people do on real escalators, as it happens. I think that's going to have to be it for today. Let's, I'll tell you what I'll do. Before we finish, let's try and tidy this up a little bit. And there we go. Looking good. You need Jesus, says Adam Reeves. I'm fine, thank you, Adam Reeves. Where to put the last block? There. Okay. It's not perfect. But I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look natural, right? And I think this looks pretty natural. There we go. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Oh, wait, do I have one more block? Ah, shit. I need one more block of smooth stone to cover the shaft at the top of the elevator, the escalator there. Oh, hang on. If I've got my Silk Touch pick with me, yes, then I can just grab a block from somewhere else for now. Let's take you. I probably should have been using the Silk Touch the whole time so that I'm not having to constantly smelt any of this stone down, but we live and learn. Actually, it actually kind of looks better with that exposed, though, to be honest. And I just lost it because I didn't use my Silk Touch pick. I think from above it looks better like this. Although, no. Wait. No, I like that. I like that. Now, we can't run railings all the way down the escalators, as we saw earlier, but what we can do is this. Let's just do that for now. I think that looks pretty nice. Although these are on the wrong side of the blocks there. Should be there and there. There we go. Okay. It's done. It's done. Bit of trial and error, but we got there in the end. We've got our wonderful escalators there, which take us up to the entrance area. Then up top here, we have our little security checkpoint. And then here's going to be the entrance to the actual underground bunker. So it's looking pretty good. I'm very happy with this so far. Still a lot of work that needs to be done, but I can't fault it, honestly. I'm really happy with it. Really happy with the progress that we've made today. We haven't really gotten started with Ad Astra, but we have started laying the foundations for the space base, which is what we're going to use as a facility to do all the Ad Astra stuff. So I'm very, very happy with what we've done here today. It feels very Fallout. It looks a lot like a Fallout vault, which I don't mind. That's kind of the inspiration behind it. This looks really cool. I'm very, very happy with what we got so far. And it overlooks the existing base, which is pretty damn cool. So yeah, all in all, I don't want to end while it's raining. I want to end with a nice shot of the thing that we've built. So let me just go back and sleep. It's not quite dark enough to sleep yet. Okay, in the meantime, one last thing that I will do is we'll go and check the coal mining drill, which is actually working this time. Yay! This alarm isn't going off though, and it should be. We'll have to go and get a coal canister. A fuel canister, sorry. There we go, that'll do. Okay, and by the time we've done this, it should be dark enough to sleep. There we go. And one more thing. Just because I've got the coal now. Can I... Oh, I can't drop the full stack up there, can I? Nope, that just goes straight over. Right, can you actually go on the conveyor belt there, please? There we go. Now, we might have a problem with the coal dust, because the machine is quite clogged up at the minute, but it should start filling the burners. There we go. Okay, and once the burners are working, brass is going to start being made. The machine's clogged up with iron, though, which is another big problem. We are getting coal dust through. Hold on. What? No, stop. Stop giving me this. I don't want any of it. Okay, what we need to do is remove some of this iron here because it's stopping the coal dust from getting through. Right. And that should start producing steel. Right? It's not producing steel. Why? There we go. Now it's producing steel. Okay. Not a great deal of it, though. It still seems to be backed up, if I can get through. This is what happens. This is why we needed to try and provide a balanced amount of all the different materials, because... Why is that not going through? There we go. Because if you don't have a constant throughput of materials, it ends up backed up with one thing, and then the machines can't work properly. Which is what's happened here. It's all moving again now. But that could have ended very badly. And it is probably going to back up again, to be honest, because there's so much iron still to come through. Look at all those iron nuggets in there. A lot of zinc as well. No copper, though. Copper's good. Although, again, that's actually a bad thing. We need there to be an even amount of everything, and there's way more iron than anything else. So we need to try... Next time we fill the machine, we need to try and put in an even amount of everything. May God forgive him, says Henry. What for, Henry? I haven't killed anyone. I haven't raped anyone. I haven't touched kids. I haven't done anything inappropriate, actually. So what's God forgiving me for exactly? What's the sin that I've committed? Okay, this all seems to be working quite nicely now. Let's go downstairs, check what's happening. We still need to get back to the iron mining drill. The space center, sorry. I'm starting to lose the plot a bit. We're going to have to end soon because I'm starting to confuse myself. Okay, we got 800 iron, 119 copper, 61 gold, 88 zinc, 176 brass. Wow, we're doing really well for brass, and 58 steel. Not too bad for steel either. Right, that's all good. So I'm going to head back up to the Space Center. All I wanted was it to be daytime so I could get a nice shot. There it is. There's the nice shot. I'm even going to take a screenshot of it. That is... Sorry, my voice is going. I really am going to have to end the stream now. That is the beginning of our new Space Center. It looks incredible. I can't wait to actually get to work on the inside, but I'm really happy with what we built out here so far. Maybe needs a little bit of work. It still looks a little bit plain, but I'm really happy with the overhang there with the railings, and I'm very happy with the escalators as well. Next week, or next time we play Minecraft, we are going to get to work on the actual base itself, everything that's going to be going on behind there. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm glad with what we've achieved today. That is where I'm going to end it. So I'm going to end the Minecraft now. Don't go away, I am going to do my usual wrap-up, but that is the end of the Minecraft for today. We're 20 minutes over. I just got carried away. It was we'd done so much today. Very, very good stream. Very happy with what we managed to get done. But yeah, if you'll just give me a moment, I'll switch over to the big camera, and we will wrap it all up. There you go, there's the music. Okay, so, thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you've had a good time. I've thoroughly enjoyed this stream. You know how much I love Minecraft Monday, and I'm so excited that we're finally getting into Ad Astra, because we've been so focused on Create lately. It's a great mod. I love Create, but I really just want to start getting to work on other stuff now. And I'm very glad that... Wait, hang on. Where's my TikTok chat gone? I've lost it. There we go. I'm very glad that we're finally getting into the Ad Astra mod. I'm so excited for going to the Moon, Mars, Venus, all of these other amazing planets that we're going to visit. It's going to be exciting. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to more. So thank you everyone for joining me today for that. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it contains content that involves overtly repetitive, inauthentic, or demeaning acts to induce viewers to send gifts. Okay, so what's happened here is one of my moderators has muted a guy and he's reported me to TikTok for it. I haven't done anything that goes against community guidelines, ever. That's completely unjustified, but apparently the visibility of my live stream is now restricted because one guy got pissed off that he got muted. So, what a great note to end the stream on. I was all about to end the stream on a high note, but then that comes along just to, just to piss in the cornflakes. Thank you, Henry, for being so pathetic and petty that you decided to report me to TikTok. For literally nothing. I mean, I've literally not done the thing that you've just reported me for. I will obviously appeal that straight away, and hopefully tomorrow's live stream will not, in fact, be restricted. But thanks for the report anyway, mate. That's going to be all from me for today. Thank you very much for joining. I've had a wonderful time. I hope you have as well. Next live stream is going to be Euro Truck Simulator tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining. If you would like to support me on any of the links below, then please do check them out. I'm also live on YouTube and Twitch. You can also find me on Instagram and Blue Sky if you're interested, and of course you can join the Discord server as well. And last but not least, if you would like to support me on Patreon, there is a link in my bio for that as well. Thank you very much to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, and Dan for supporting me over there. It is very, very greatly appreciated. If you want to get your name on this board, do consider checking out my Patreon. It only costs £1 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content, and you get a shout-out on stream as well. So thank you, everyone, for supporting me over there. That is going to be it from me for today. I'm going to have to go now and figure out how to appeal a report, because apparently some people just can't handle being muted and they have to go and report me for quite literally nothing. But that's TikTok for you. You can just report anyone for anything at any time, and usually they will not reverse it. So we'll see if I have any luck getting that undone. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for joining on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. It has been a fantastic stream, and I will see you tomorrow for Euro Truck Simulator. Bye-bye, everyone. And bye-bye over on TikTok, on YouTube and Twitch as well. It's been wonderful. I'll see you tomorrow.